action. Would you like to do the intro?
Ask the expert.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Still good. Still good.
Expert.
Yeah, so welcome back to Ask the Expert.
Expert.
And we have Anthony Lee here from the Kinjas, professional dancer. And
Whoa, put that away, bro. There's moms in the room.
Innovation comes at a cost.
True.
That's the tantric sex expert thing you're talking
Yeah,
about.
he creates wet pussies when he walks into a room.
Not in this room.
Oh yeah.
dry as a desert.
Hard dicks.
So what? Okay.
Hard dicks though. We all got kind of hard.
Yeah.
Cause that was like, yo, can I put my dick inside that?
Fuck, that was fast.
You want to put your dick inside everything?
I mean, it looks kind of nice. That's all
Do it
I'm
again. Let me
saying.
see. Let's see what Joe saw. No, not you. I want the expert to do it.
He's all.
Can I put my dick inside this?
Oh yeah. If I had a dick, I'd want to put it in there.
Oh! Oh!
What is happening?
I don't know.
That's so funny. But anyway, so you guys asked a whole bunch of questions. You were curious to know about Anthony's
Dance
expertise
life.
and his dance life, his professional dance life. And so I'm gonna ask you a couple questions.
Sorry.
Whoa, are you having a seizure?
I don't know. That was like you guys
I
are
wanna do
professional
that.
dance life to me.
Yeah, we don't look as cool when you do it.
Whoa!
But he was doing like this.
This one got his mouth closed still. The fuck?
No, it's like this. That's like that. It's a phantom dick.
Why is it wiggling?
To show you that it's moved, that it's like a live thing.
It's a phantom dick.
Funny.
That's why your mouth is closed.
It was a lollipop.
Let's still do it like this though.
Flying fuck you. That's why I don't give a flying fuck.
The thumb.
Funny, dude.
You blew his mind.
You flying fucker. Is that right?
It's the ugliest middle finger in the world.
All right, so first question that I have here, it says, or it asks, have you ever thought to stop dancing and why? Like, did you ever consider quitting?
Oh man. Like my feet don't work no more.
I've definitely considered stopping dancing as a career, but not dancing for fun.
You can't ever stop dancing. Cause when you hear the beat, your body's like,
Yeah, you can't help it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to be possible for me to stop dancing, but to choose to not do it as a career is definitely a thought that's come to my mind for sure.
from dancer to dancer, I have to say like that it's almost like asking somebody, do you want your soul to leave your body?
This guy's a real dancer. He knows.
Yeah.
Look at him.
It's a real deal.
When did you have the thought cross the mind of like not doing it for a living?
And why?
Or not when, but like what made it?
Yeah.
What made you think?
I feel like maybe the first time was maybe when I turned like 30, and then suddenly you start like that like invisible switch in your head. It's kind of like, all right, you're like not a kid anymore.
Yeah.
And then especially with the dancer, right? We're like not just artists. We're not just like athletes. We're kind of both. So it really kind of depends on how you take care of yourself. But there is a shelf life to your prime.
What do you mean prime? Like energy?
I think physicality.
Joints?
You know, I think as I get
Does your body hurt?
it does. It's harder to recover.
Well,
I have to exercise more, so I take better care of myself now than I did when I was younger. I stretch more, I work out more, I eat better, all that stuff, so I can maintain. But when I was younger, I was throwing my body all over the place. I was like drinking late at night, you know, and partying and stuff.
Damn,
and,
you
and I wasn't-
old son.
Thank you. And I wasn't really like stretching or doing rehabilitation as much, but it was fine because I was just younger. My body was just capable. So just I think once you get into accepting a little bit of that physicality element, I can still mature my creativity and my ability to like make stuff or produce or direct things, but kind of being the forefront, the actual mover, definitely kind of gets checked the older you get.
you know, some advice I have for you as a dancer.
Please.
I would say that to avoid that feeling of getting old
Get younger.
is while you're young, be weak as fuck. And then when you're old, you'll be the strongest you've ever been and healthy. So then when you look back and you go, I actually feel way better because you never met your full potential in your 20s.
Oh, that's smart.
So everyone out there, do not meet your full physical potential.
Stop right now.
When you're young.
Sky's the limit for me.
That's what I'm saying. It's only up from here. You're gonna be like, yo, 40? Like, I'm the healthiest I've ever been, the strongest I've ever been. And then you're gonna look back into your 20s and be like, psh, that weak ass bitch.
Ooh, that's
Start slow. You just gotta get fat in your 20s, you know?
Set the bar real low.
Yeah. Not even have a bar.
Don't even accomplish anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fail twice, even.
Don't even get back up. Just fail.
Don't even.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Don't even try.
Fail the whole time.
Dude, that's the best. Yeah. And then you finally try something, and then it's only up from there.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll try that in the next life. I won't try that.
Don't try.
Don't
Don't try until later.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you got it.
Master the art student.
All right. Next question is, when did you realize that dancing could be your full time, and did your parents believe in your dream?
Hell no. To the parents part.
Do they believe in it now?
Oh yeah.
Imagine they're still like, fuck no, this is a phase.
Never gonna.
No, I think once
gonna make
you know
it.
how it is. I think once you start giving them like cash envelopes and
Oh,
shit like
yeah.
that, it's like
Oh, what is this? Cash money. What you doing? Good, huh?
Is that how your dad talks?
no, my mom though. Have any money for me?
She approaches you with that.
Sometimes she's like, you want to buy me a car? Shit like that.
How cute.
But she'll say it in Vietnamese, so it's like cute and worse. Anyways, what was the first half of that question before I started roasting my parents?
When did you realize that you could do dancing full time?
Full
Which
time?
you kind of actually
yeah,
answered in
I did
the
answer
previous
that. Yeah.
video. So if you're curious to that answer, you can check out the previous video.
He
but-
said when he was fired from his restaurant job because he was having so much work doing other things, and then his boss was
dancing
like,
things.
why are you a waiter here when you don't even come to work, fucker? But I love you. I gotta get your shift to somebody else. And he's like, okay, give it to my friends, cause I got traveling to do. I get $20 a session. Bye.
It's a
Yeah.
different kind of paraphrasing, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess you can focus more on the second part of the question,
Yeah.
which is, did your parents
I had-
believe in your dream?
I'm a Boy Scout. Bye. Just chopping up timelines.
I didn't reach Eagle for nothing, fool. And your shabu shabu sucks. All right, bye.
Man. There are definitely some like good fans out there that fully understood every part of that. I appreciate it.
For sure. That's tight. That's what's dope about them.
I think there was definitely, I'll never forget a period of time, I believe it was a year and a half, that my mom just had the hardest time accepting. And every single time I either came home or got on the phone, she would always be trying to be like, are you still dancing? You should like try and get another job. Or she would try to like set me up. She'd be like, hey, I can talk to my friend, maybe they can hire you. And it's like, Mom, I don't even really have like a bunch of like business like acumen. So like I was already kind of like, and younger, just like, please, Mom, stop bringing that up. And it actually caused separation a little bit in our relationship, to the point where my dad would even tell my mom, like, why do you think he doesn't come home? You know what I mean? If every single time.
You're annoying.
Yeah,
You keep complaining. Shut up. Like that.
Almost.
Shut up about his shit and my shit.
We don't want to hear it no more.
Shut up.
Shut up.
What do you think was the catalyst to like accepting it?
It was I was dancing on a group called the LXD, the Legion of Extraordinary Dancers. John M. Chu brought that together for a couple projects, and I was there in one of their earlier seasons, and then they got a performance opportunity on Dancing with the Stars. It was on NBC's Dancing with Stars, Macy's like All-Star Hall of Fame type thing or whatever, where they bring in a special kind of performance group. So LXD got a chance to come in. I was part of this group called the Umbras, where you didn't even see any of our faces. We're there for like 3 seconds with umbrellas doing stuff. You really didn't even see it, but this was a live TV spot.
When they saw it on TV, that's when they were like, oh.
Yeah, so I was like, Mom, you gotta watch this on TV. And the ironic thing is, 1, our group hella messes up, but 2, she didn't even really see me. We all supposed to look alike. She's like, which one are you? Is it over? I was like, yeah, it's over. You didn't see it?
Did you tape it?
No, she watched it, but like it's still hard. Even for me, I don't even know which one I am sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's just like so fast. But the fact that I was able to even tell her, and then and then she was like, she called her sister too. She's like, hey, turn on the channel. You gotta watch the TV. And it just became this thing that
Hell
something
yeah.
that she could become proud of.
If it's TV or newspaper,
that's when they know you made it.
But the thing that sealed the deal was because every Sunday, my family still goes out to like Boy Scout meetings and stuff, right? So there's all the parents, because my dad and my sister run the troop.
Oh, hell yeah.
So once all the parents are there and all the kids, and then suddenly the kids started seeing me on social media. So the kids knew that I was part of the troop. So then suddenly they'd be like, "Oh, is Anthony coming?" They'd be like, "Why are you asking about Anthony?" "Oh, because he's just a dancer and blah blah." So suddenly my mom was kind of like,
You want to see my son?
Like,
you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking shit, but I love my mom.
You gotta talk shit
But
though.
I think that, especially for like an Asian parent, that's the thing that really changes it. When her social circle is proud of the kid, that's when she's got to be proud of the kid, and if not like 10x proud, So
I heard you
suddenly,
was on TV.
Suddenly, next thing you know, she's like, "Hey, come out to the meeting." I'm like, "Why do you want me to come out?" She's like, "Come out to the meeting." So I'll like come out to the Boy Scout meeting. Suddenly she's like, "Oh hi," praising me around and shit like that. Like, "Oh, you remember my son?" But I also felt really
Clout chasing, dude. She's clout chasing.
Essentially.
Get it where you can get it, But that also for me too was just it was finally cool to.
it's a proud moment, man.
Yeah, to be validated and recognized by my parents, and after that it was uphill.
I wish that I can you know how like Asian parents don't operate off of logic, so like they kind of like it's almost like dealing with a child, because their brain is like stopped in a certain point, and they can't listen to reason or evidence. They just have to mature.
Mainly for the Asian American experience, right? Mainly because like their lifestyle is way different from anything that we're experiencing. We're experiencing it for the first time. They have no relatability to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For anybody who's like first gen, but same thing for next gen.
Like your kids aren't gonna deal with it.
But you know what they will deal with?
What?
They'll probably deal with their father, who's like, "Well, you know how I had it, because our parents were, coming from like Vietnam and China and stuff like that. So like we were raised different. We were raised more stricter. We didn't have this opportunity." So I think that cycle kind of continues until we're maybe like third, fourth generation
Like,
here.
you know how long I had to fucking wait for the pictures to load, you little shit?
I mean, right? We all have it in a different way, I mean, I'm thinking about like the people that are like prison like for their whole lives, and they come out and suddenly there's like cars everywhere and internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that shit must fuck you up. But
Where's your pager at? Huh?
but yeah, I just think the Asian American experience when you're first gen is like a unique one, and we're still like figuring out that story.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. All right, next question. Which exercises are good for dancers? Can you give some tips on how to memorize all the dance steps?
Oh, Kegels are pretty good, right?
Kegels is the thing with the freaking hips, right? I think that for me, straight up, this is gonna be bad funny. When people ask me like what were my first things that attributed to like my desire for like choreography and dance, it was martial arts. I was in Taekwondo as a kid, so like learning like forms and pumses and stuff. Like this is the first time you're kind of learning choreo.
Yeah.
Right. Just like doing the moves and like being in sync with people next to you, your masters and stuff like that. That was a huge kind of or cool intro for a guy like me to be like, oh, I want to move like everybody, or I want to move well with the technique.
Did you like flare up those moves? Were you like a little bit better than everyone else?
I don't know if I was better. I mean, yeah.
He was like,
I was really good at the moves, but I would still get my ass kicked, if that helps.
that makes sense.
Cool. Thank you for it making sense.
It's
Anyways,
the choreo versus the fighters.
get the fuck out of here. We dance our issues away, so we don't use aggression, But and video games. I think video games helped with the idea of like timing and precision, right? Whether you're like aiming or paying attention. I feel like video games as a kid plus martial arts was what like kind of attributed to my I guess hand-eye coordination and body awareness.
That makes sense.
I would say that those are the kind of the things that came into it. But in terms of like exercise, right now, like I think I've tried to do a lot of like, I wasn't successful, but I think when I went into thinking like, oh, let me do some like weight training or whatever, there'd be times where I might spike in workouts and then like slow down in movement or flexibility. And it wasn't until I started like only doing a lot of like either like plyometrics or like body weight and plus like stretching, flexibility, mobility, and yoga, that suddenly I was like, oh, this is actually improving my quality of movement and my how good it feels to move. I think mobility exercises were very helpful for me. So that I think that complements my style of dancing though. Other people will require different exercises depending on what they do, you know? You might want to train to be stronger if you're using more physicality in your movement. You may want to be lighter if you're maybe focusing on like footwork or like house or something like that. There's a balance to it. So
If I want to be a good twerker, I heard squats are really good to increase my ass.
I think that's very true. I think that's a very astute observation.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think you have a nice
Ass. Thank you.
energy about you.
Hey guys, today's video is brought to you by Upstart.
Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off all of your personal debt, and you can qualify online. And one of my favorite parts about Upstart is that you can get approved the same day and then get your money the next business day, which is crazy. Because if you guys have ever been in a rut, sometimes you need money, you owe rent, you're about to get kicked out of your house, or the repo guy is coming to take your car, and it could not even be your fault. It's just the money isn't timed in well, you know, like your income or this billing cycle is all messed up. You can get out of a shitty situation real fast.
I got approved for like $10,000.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see, you know, crypto market's doing great and all, so why don't I just get a loan? And I do not recommend for people to do this. I am a degenerate.
Yeah.
But I was like, if I wanted to do this, could I? And it worked. Like in 5 minutes, they approved me and they're just like, you want to sign up or whatever? And I was like, nah, I don't want to gamble with this money.
Yeah.
So I didn't do it. But if I was in a tight spot and I owed a lot of credit card bills or whatever, this would be a great way for me to kind of bring it all together under one APR, which was a pretty competitive rate. And I was like, dude, this is way better than having like a 20% APR on your credit card. So like, if you want to consolidate everything and do one easy payment, Upstart is the way to go.
Yeah, find out how Upstart can help lower your monthly payments by going to upstart.com/off-the-record. That's upstart.com/off-the-record.
Don't forget to use our URL so they know that we sent you, baby. Loan amounts will be based on your credit, income, and certain other information that is provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/off-the-record, babies.
All right, next question here is, how do professional dancers make money?
They suck
dick.
OnlyFans.
This one says, and what is a reasonable average amount of money professional dancers make if they're independent choreographers?
You asked for my rate?
Versus permanent on-staff type of choreographers that work with one big name star.
Oh, they know the they know the language.
They're talking almost like, it sounds like day rates almost, because they're not talking about choreo. They're talking about like, okay, you dance for like Justin Bieber and you tour with them almost, it sounds like, versus what's like almost like a session musician. Hey, I need a guy that stands over there during this choreo.
Is there a statistics on like this kind of freelance industry of how much people make? Because can't you make like fuck tons?
You can. It really depends on who you are, and I think the scale is like really, really wide nowadays, right? Because
Is there like a dancers union like SAG?
there is Dancers Alliance, yeah. But it's still so hard, and the scale's like way off because like a lot of like dancers nowadays are utilizing their opportunity by way of like social influence and the amount of followers they have. So like again, and just a hypothetical, nobody in mind, but like for example, if you have like a really popular person who maybe is like not super skilled at dance, their rate is still going to be higher than somebody
Because they
who's
bring in
really skilled at
eyes.
dance. Yeah, and doesn't have a lot of followers or something like that.
So right
So it
now-
depends on the industry that you're asking. If you're booking that person for like a musical theater or Broadway show though, then you can give a fuck about the social influence, and you're going to focus on the skill and making sure they have the skill set to do or bring to life the vision of like the director or whatever. So I think the rate is really, really dependent on just the area of the industry and then like what you actually bring to the table. But in terms of a scale, I don't think that it's you're hiring like the dance. I think dance is like the vehicle. You're kind of like hiring the person. So it depends on what you're hiring the person for, because the dance can change or be flipped, or like you change the song, the dance changes. You change the time frame or how long you want somebody to dance or create for, the artistry changes. It's not like you would get this and then you add on, you would just get a little bit more. That changes the whole number. So I think the scaling of it just really depends on like the type of craft, and then again there are variables that change that too, like your social influence or like what they want you for. AK, I'm not giving you any answers in detail.
Fuck yeah, you nosy. Don't be asking people how much they make.
Yeah. It's,
I'd tell you if it was one number. It's easier.
I would say there was a time though that, remember in the last video, I would say I was teaching class for like $20-$30 and that was like bringing me
That's easier, yeah.
but at the same time now, like I'm not gonna teach a class unless you give me 4 digits for it, you know what I mean?
Oh shit!
But that's not just because like I think I hella deserve that. It's because I focus my dance on so many other things that if I want to go into, if you want me to teach, you want me to take away or
From the other things, the opportunity cost.
I should.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also the latter of what you just said. Because you've like honed in on their craft and you've worked on it and you've built it up and you've built up your name. Like it's all of that.
Yeah, it is. It's like those memes that you see, right? It's like when you hire like a lawyer or something for like an hour, they charge you like $500. They're not charging you for the hour. They're charging you for like their education and their experience.
Exactly.
Their parents yelling at them the whole time until they become a lawyer.
And their parents yelling at them.
That's what they're charging
Emotional
for.
trauma and baggage they have to pay for.
I charge like 4 G's to teach dance too.
And you deserve it.
We haven't gotten any gigs yet, but
that's
we're
his
working
rate.
on it.
And you also deserve that.
I got a free class one time and I walked out.
You walked out?
Yeah, because
Who was teaching?
Bart didn't teach twerk skills.
From Bart.
Yeah,
But he's done hella squats. He's got the biggest booty here.
He really does.
I know. But he didn't drop it like it's hot.
He's all heartbroken. I'm here. Fuck you, Gio.
Damn.
We also learned boogaloo at a boba shop.
I know, that was fun.
What?
Yeah. What's his name?
It's a dance.
He's from Machine Gun Funk.
Yeah.
Like Machine Gun.
He looks Native American.
He looks like Taboo
name?
from Black Eyed
Yeah,
Peas.
he looks like
him. Fuck, what's his name?
I think Matt Chat was in that crew, right?
Not Jay Smooth.
Jay Smooth
Kid Boogie?
Kid Boogie.
Kid Boogie.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you just said he looked like Taboo from Black.
He does though.
That's funny.
You know what's funny is that people think they're old schoolers, but they're not old. I mean, they're not OGs. They learn from the OGs.
But they're
At this point,
second generation.
At this point, I would
yeah.
say Kid Boogie's OG, and at this point, I say Kid Boogie's one of the few OGs that's getting better as he's getting old. He's one of the
serious?
few
What kind of
people.
dance does he do?
Poppin', boogaloo, all of that.
That's still popping right now.
The guy that popped up when we were watching on the, I was like, oh shit, I know him.
He's one of the few dudes. He's getting older and he's getting better. It's
Wow.
crazy.
How old is he?
I don't actually know, but he's probably like 40 or something like that now.
He's probably a little older than us when he taught us, and we were like in college at the time.
He's fucking nasty.
He was like, yeah, I'm gonna work at this boba shop. Come down, and we went.
It was in Little Little Osaka.
Like he's like teaching us boogaloo, and someone's like, oh, can I get a milk tea? Like, I hold up. He puts his apron back on, goes around.
All right, next question, Anthony, is what were the challenges and steps to opening up brick and mortar businesses, and what is the next step for Kinja's after closing the dojo and complex?
That's a real fan. They know your steps.
know what's up, dude?
Real fan. Yeah. Oh man, that's thick because that's like really right now type stuff. So
What about like the first place? You know, like I think for
The Monterey Park place.
yeah, going from a concept and just an idea of this is our crew, we can have a business model to securing an actual brick and mortar. That's huge, you know.
What was that
yeah, I
journey?
mean, I think first and foremost, the first dojo that was in Monterey Park, that was, by the way, crowdfunded by our global dance community.
That's dope.
Yeah, right after we, got second place. Right after we, used our sympathy card and got a bunch of people to donate, and
They just threw money at you.
we raised over 6 figures in order to open up that first spot. Wow. Yeah.
Amazing.
Sick.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have threw in a couple bucks.
He did
I
tell us.
definitely think we
he
were
told us. He
blasting
asked
that
us a
everywhere for like a
lot.
month.
Yeah, he did a lot. Like I think we all donated. Here.
I actually think you guys, most of you did.
Yeah. Where were you?
It's cool.
I came to the studio.
Thanks, man.
Did you pay at least to support the
Nope.
business? Oh, okay.
They shot a video there. Anyways, I think opening that spot up was like still such a early part of our entire journey, and just the idea of having a spot for us to come just kick it
Yeah.
was the only intention. It wasn't like, yo, let's build this corporation. You know, it was like, we got a spot. And even if we look at it now, you know what I mean? That should look like a souped up garage. Like, it doesn't.
But sometimes that's the best though.
You
dude.
guys made it look really dope.
Yeah.
The outside was whack. You can't help it. You can't help the outside.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that was just like planting the seed for what was possible. But really what it was, what the actual seed was not the building itself, it was the brand. It was Kinja's Dojo. Being able to actually call something a spot. And the funny thing is, like, having a crowdfunding element to it meant that before the spot even opened its doors, everybody already knew what Kinja's Dojo was. We like performed a show on the show, on ABDC with the panels, and we called that one Kinja's Dojo. It's like, welcome to the Kinja's Dojo. And then we crowdfunded for a spot that was called the Kinja's Dojo using a lot
Genius.
of thematics. So suddenly everybody knew what the Kinja's Dojo was before we even signed a lease on the spot.
Great branding, dude.
I think that was a really, really big thing for us to do. And then once we got the spot, it wasn't just about opening a studio. It was having a recognized brand that was able to bring in other interest from other people. So when I was able to go out to China and partner up with our partners over there, Sino Stage, it wasn't just like, hey, I'm a choreographer, maybe I can come and teach at your studios. It was, hey, I represent a brand that is recognized, globally, and we do more than just have a collection of artists who dance and teach. We also sell clothing. We have a studio that people recognize where education is an element. Most of us are choreographers, directors, and teachers that go abroad, so like the caliber of like what we have to offer transcends just like weekly classes. It's more like we can direct programs, we can organize competitions, judge things. There was a credibility that we had to offer as a collective, and I think I took that to pitch to different places versus just like, yo, my name's Anthony and I like dancing.
I think the most important thing though of what you said was that like I don't think you highlighted is the fact that you crowdsourced, which meant that you created a fucking massive community of raving fucking fans, and that's something that's really hard to do.
And that's what got you to open up the first brick and mortar,
Yeah.
which answers their question.
Yeah.
And then the second one is more brick and mortars.
No, the second one is what are the next steps for Kinja's after closing these brick and mortars now?
Yeah, I think I definitely want
China.
to take a moment. I want to take a moment to for sure respect and acknowledge the fact that it's been a really tough year. You know what I mean? It's like maybe in the journey we chose not to share on social media too much. Like, yo, I'm super bummed out because this was a really, really tough moment, and like, we didn't have the means necessary to continue this part of the journey and blah blah blah. Like, we don't.
Cause they're gonna be like, shut up, my uncle died off of COVID, bitch.
That's.
Right? It's like, stop being sad.
Things are tough, but you don't really want to complain because, at the end of the day, you still got your health, for the time being, So just to take a moment to respect that before really even understanding the depth of like what it means to like move forward past that. I think that it's a blessing in disguise, right? We have yet to truly understand the fruits of that blessing, but it's shifted a lot of our mentality. It's made us, humbly speaking, reflect on the last 10 years and like what we've done to get there, and also what we've done to get back here. You know what I mean? Blame COVID all we want, but at the end of the day, where you are is where you are. And I think that beautiful ride has allowed us now, especially, being in our 30s, having different focuses on life where people are married, wanting to have children and stuff. The priorities of life have just changed, and the expectations and the demands of it have just evolved, So in terms of what's next, I think we still have a foundation of wanting to support all the kin, with sustainability, with integrity, to support people so that they can pursue their passions and really be there regardless of what that passion is, whether it's dance affiliated or not. But I think for Kinja's, we've gotten a chance to recognize that the game has changed. You know what I mean? The world is like way more digital. The world is, like, it's harder to get live events. So much of our stuff was based off of live performances, traveling and teaching, live competitions, people coming into the studio space and relying on like people coming. And it's not to say that it's not to say that's not gonna like be a prevalent part or come back, but the digital world is really like kind of the new frontier of like humanity. And so if I had it my way, I would rather wish we could all like jump off the edge of a world and suddenly the Kinjas turn into like digital beings and you never have to see the real versions of us again, and maybe we can only go digital.
Kinja NFT.
Can you guys be pandas?
I think that we're gonna be
Can you guys be pandas?
Variety of animals.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like that. Like kung fu. Like there'll be the praying mantis, the panda, the snake.
Yeah, everybody's signing NDAs. Don't talk about
The rabbit.
These are exciting times, though. You know what I mean? And I think it's easy enough to be like every business needs to adapt, but I think there's also an excitement in the creative realms to try and always innovate and be ahead of the frontier.
Absolutely,
so I think
man.
there's an exciting space that we have yet to uncover, but I think it's because a lot of people haven't discovered that yet, and that's part of the journey as a creative.
Are you guys gonna build a brick and mortar at Wuhan?
First of all, Wuhan's probably thriving way better than
He
California.
said some
right
beautiful fucking positive perspective shit that I actually do want to highlight. Like I think that's like what makes any person successful at life in general. Like, I think it's all perspective. You know what I mean? Like regardless of the thick of the shit that you're going through, I think like having that strong resilient mentality of being like, yo, this fucking sucks, but then going like, but I think I'm gonna be cool, or like I'm excited to see what's next. I think that's what really, like, that's what's dope.
One of the
really
biggest
help with the whole Wuhan question though. Is that gonna? Wait, are you gonna open a Wuhan one or no?
I was gonna say that I think one of the biggest lessons that we got a chance to learn, especially as Kinjas, is it's really easy for people to come together and celebrate times that are like good, but having people stay together and kind of, I guess, celebrate times of vulnerability and rebuilding, that's a way different human experience that really teaches you a lot about life and yourself and your people. And I think that was a huge blessing that we got to still see. Like, everybody's stressed out and shit sucks right now, but like everybody's still here.
Oh, that's fucking
that's
sick.
That's tight.
Oh, I love that.
Survivors.
That's beautiful. Okay, last question.
Last question.
And this is the most important question.
Most important.
So
Who's your favorite JKid member?
So really think about it. Really think about it. Which person from JK has the best chance of joining Kinjas?
Look at all of us. I want to see your judgy eyes.
Question that came from them, Anthony. The people want to know.
Put your hand up. Who actually took your class?
Hey, look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Anthony, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Oh shit!
Who took your class?
I'm wearing your merch, man.
I like his moves right here. Look at this.
That's
look.
good.
Whoa.
Honestly, at this particular point in the game, best chance is probably. Does Isaac count?
Hey, dude!
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, the question was from JK. I mean, would Isaac count as a JK?
Yeah, he's the JK baby. Look at this.
He was acting.
Original JK baby.
Bro.
You want me to sweat?
Yo,
I
look at
wanted
this
you to
shit.
sweat.
What the
Fuck. Okay, let
do
me
that
just
too.
get exciting just for saying. Honestly, probably in this room, it's probably Joe. It's probably Joe.
He's the
But
williest one.
I also think he's got the one with like less ties to other people, so it's like gonna be easier to rock. You guys are fucking moving to Vegas.
Look at this shit!
Yeah.
I called you a brother, man.
I got the most skills.
Well, apparently you do.
I actually post dance and my art online.
So do I.
No, you don't.
Uh-huh.
I don't see any dancing videos
I think there should
from
be a
you.
dance off.
There should be a dance off.
Well, if you guys want to see it, let us know.
I'll battle you on Instagram.
Yeah, no, there'll be a battle on Patreon.
What the fuck?
We're not on Patreon.
No, I know this video isn't, but if
Oh, you
they
guys
want to
could-
see
Yeah.
You guys could see it on Patreon.
Patreon.
He's already in battle mode. He's like, "Psh, whatever, dude. I'm
Yeah,
ready."
he already has his fucking battle.
He's already standing there like this.
YouTube, Patreon, whatever you want, dude. I got
His
it.
feet are in first position.
I could let you borrow my Cobra Kai. Oh, you have black on, so it's Cobra Kai, and then versus the Karate Kid team, Mr. Miyagi Dojo.